Good evening, guys. Good evening, all of you. Able to hear me, everyone?
Yes, good evening,
Good
sir.
evening, everyone.
Good evening, sir.
Yeah,
Good evening, sir.
good evening.
Good
So,
Good
is
evening.
there
evening.
anyone new in today's class? Like today is your first class. Anyone like that?
Definitely, my first.
Yeah, it's my first class today.
Okay, fine. Yeah, I see a few of the students you haven't attended that demo, and today is your first class. That's fine. I'll just keep everyone on mute for the first few minutes. Yeah, because students keeps on joining again. Suddenly, you might get disturbed by their background noises. After some time, I will be giving you options so that you can unmute and you can speak. Okay, guys. So first, let me address the newcomers. That means to whom today is the first class. You see, guys, till now only one class is completed. That is demo class. And as a part of this demo class, we have discussed what is this AWS cloud technology, and then we have discussed what are the pillars of this cloud technology. That means why did this technology become so famous, and what is the working style of IT companies before cloud technology came into the market, and what is the working style of IT companies now and in the future. Also, we have discussed why should we go only with AWS cloud service but not with other cloud service providers, and what are the different services we are going to discuss as a part of our course. What are the certifications you can crack after completing this course, and how these certifications are going to be useful for you moving further in your career, and all the general details about the course relation we have discussed. So like that all we have discussed all in the beginning. What is the salary structure you can expect? What are the key words? What are the some technical words we have discussed in demo class? And finally, in the end, the doubts from different students, right? All the general or the technical, whatever the doubts the students has asked, I have recorded that also. So usually every class I will be recording the doubt session also, because doubt session is very, very important. Every one of you, while seeing the recording video and while you're practicing at your home, even though you did not get some doubt, maybe if you have gone through the doubts asked by the other students, those doubts will be definitely useful for you during your interview. So yeah, those who haven't attended this demo class, you no need to worry. It's just a demo class. That's nothing a technical one. Just you can contact admin team, or else if your email ID is already there with the admin team, you will automatically get this recorded video as well as the syllabus PDF document, and along with that one more additional course information related document PDF also you will be getting to your Google Drive, maybe by tonight or by tomorrow morning. In case if you think that your email address is not there with admin team, or if you have provided by mistake some wrong email ID, just check that and text them in WhatsApp to the admin team so that they will share it to your Google Drive, right? And those who have already attended the demo class, I am sure every one of you have received the recorded video, syllabus PDF and course related PDF. But in case by mistake, if you haven't received, again, you also please contact admin team. And today is our second class. So first, let me list out what are the topics we are going to discuss in today's class. Today is our second class. And as part of today's class, first I will be showing you how to create this AWS account, which is completely free of cost. And on the same AWS account, you are going to work in the AWS companies also. Tomorrow, once you join in the company, it will be the same AWS account. So you no need to worry. You are completely learning and practicing on the same real-time environment. That's a very, very advantageous for you, because not all the technologies, not all the tools have a free tier. But whereas with AWS Cloud, you are having an opportunity to create a free account and practice. Next, we will discuss the theory of one of the important service called EC2. And then I will walk you through a brief history of OS. What are the different types of operating systems? and how they have been invented, what is the history of them, and then we will be discussing the terminology, the technical words related to the topics which we are going to discuss in today's class. And we will start with practicals also. I am going to show you how to launch a Windows server in the cloud, and then how to connect to that. Not only launching, and how you can connect to that server from our laptop. And in the end, which is very, very important, that is the real-time questions. So in companies, whenever you are working on this type of tasks, so what are the questions you can ask your manager? What are the questions you should not ask your manager? What are the questions you can expect in the interview with respect to today's topic we will be discussing at the end of the class. And of course, I'll be taking all of your doubts at the end of the session. So today's class is going to take a bit long, not much, just like 10-15 minutes extra. So just be patient. Don't type anything in the chat box until unless it is emergency. All the doubts I'm going to take at the end of the session. Even though it's late, I'm going to take all the doubts, so you don't need to worry about that. And yeah, before I begin the session, any doubts, anyone? I mean, in general doubts, nothing like I said, I will take all the technical doubts, whatever in the end. So let me show you how to first create this AWS account. Okay, guys. Again, let me keep on mute because again I will get disturbance. Fine. So you can just open your browser, whatever you are using, and just search for AWS console. Okay, AWS console. Okay, enter. And this one you see, this is the official website, aws.amazon.com. Select that. And here in the right top corner, you can see create an AWS account and select that. Yeah, the first step. So this is step one, guys. This is step one. Creating AWS account is very, very simple. It's hardly matter of 5 minutes. That's it. It's hardly matter of 5 minutes. And the first step is give your email ID, something like xyz@gmail.com. Whatever the email ID you're having, just you can use that. If you want, you can create a new Gmail. Better, I suggest you create a new Gmail account and use that new Gmail for creating an AWS account so that you won't get confused whenever you're getting some emails from the AWS customer care support. It will not get mixed up with your advertisements or some personal emails. And then give some account name or something like I will say Revant AWS. Whatever your name, whatever you want to give, just the account name. That's it. This is step one. So the moment you have given your email ID and you have given your account name, select verify email address, and an email will be received in the inbox to this Gmail, and open that mail and click on the verification link. That's it. So the step one is verifying your email ID. Just verifying your email ID. Next, in the step two, they will be asking your personal details like your name, gender, address, mobile number, pin code, just normal details. That's it. Right? And in the step three, they will be asking you for the what you say for identification. Yeah, identification. Like they will ask you to submit any of your government ID proofs like PAN card or Aadhaar card, right? Because they just want to verify whether you are the original person, whether you are creating your account for you yourself, right? So you can just give that. I mean, I think, just 1 second, guys. Okay, yeah. So you need to give the document, like let's say if you have selected, okay, I want to give my Aadhaar, select Aadhaar and give the Aadhaar number. That's it. And upload the document. And next, step 4. You need to provide either a debit card or a credit card details. It no need to be on your name, maybe your parents, your cousins, whatever it is. But you need to give an either debit card or credit card, anything fine, so that they will deduct 2 rupees. Because they just want to make sure whatever the card details you have given, that is a valid card, that is an active card. And again, they are going to refund you back the 2 rupees within 1 or 2 days. Okay, so you don't worry, your 2 rupees is not going anywhere. And then finally, you just need to wait 1 or 2 minutes or sometimes 5 minutes. You will get a verification email saying that, okay, successful, your account has been successfully created and you can start using your AWS account. Don't worry, I have created a PDF document. I will share along with the recorded video, whatever the steps is needed for creating an AWS account. I will show you it. Yeah. All these details. Give your email ID first step and username, and then set up your password and contact information. Give your personal details, contact details, and then give your credit card or debit card. Okay. No need to save the payment. Sometimes they will ask you, right? Do you want AWS to save the your credit card number or debit card number? You say just no, no need to save. And identification confirmation. Give either PAN card or Aadhaar card, whatever. And then the mobile number, so that one OTP will come to your mobile number, so that your mobile number will be verified. And in the last step, there will be 3 plans. Basic means free of cost, free account. And after that, some premium account, super premium account, like that. Of course, you don't need to select that because those are not free. Basic plan is enough for a support plan for practicing. And here, one point I want to highlight, you see this step 5 and 6 here. Make sure the details of step 5 and 6 are correct, because the account name should match with your name in the PAN or license card, whatever the account name you are giving, because they will match that name with the document. In the first step, you have given your account name, you remember, name of the account. Don't give some random name, give your name. If my name is Revant, I will just give, okay, Revant, right, and my surname. So because the same name will be there on my Aadhaar card also, right? Like that. Or else if sometimes if the name mismatch is there, again you need to contact the customer care, again you need to update your name. It will take again some 5-10 minutes extra. So it's very easy. It won't take more than 5 minutes, like I said. And if you stuck anywhere, we can discuss in the next class. No need to worry about that. And here some of the students get confused. I mean, you get scared because of the payment details, because you're giving your debit card or credit card. Will they deduct money automatically? 100% your card details will be safe. First one. Second one, they are not going to automatically deduct any money from your card. Not at all. If they deduct, you ask me, I will give you money. I am that much confident. The reason is, first of all, whatever the account we are opening, it is completely free tier account, right? Completely free for 1 year, for 12 months. That's the first reason. That's why, first of all, bill won't get generated because it's a free account. Second reason, even though bill got generated by mistake, even though let's assume bill got generated, still again you need to give your debit card or credit card details. You need to give the CVV number. You need to enter the OTP received to your mobile. Then only they can deduct the money from your account. So that's why I'm saying confidently and 100%, no, don't worry about giving your card details. They are not going to take any money without your consent. And now I have created the account. Of course, we are going to do the practicals after some time. But let me start with first question related to the operating systems. But here, so today, the first service we are going to discuss is EC2, which is elastic compute cloud. This is one of the service which we are going to discuss as a part of the course. I just want to start with the theory part and then we will do the practicals. Okay. Let me see here something. So why this name has been given? This is a short form, guys. EC2 means it's just short form. It's abbreviation E C2 2 C. This is one E and this is two C's. Compute cloud. Why cloud? Because this is one of the cloud service. That's why the word cloud has been there. Next, what is the meaning of compute? Let's say I want to launch 1000 number of servers. I want to launch 1000 number of servers. With how much configuration? Each server should have 100 GB RAM. Each server should have 100 CPU cores and each server should have 100 GB hard disk. So each server should have this much amount of configuration, and like that I want to launch how many 1000 number of servers. That also how many days? Not 1 day or 10 days, just within a matter of 1 minute. So this capacity of launching 1000 number of machines with this much of huge capacity, that also within 1 minute, we call it as compute capacity. That is the meaning of the word compute. The power to launch that many number of computers within less time, we call it as compute capacity. And then elastic. I mean, we all know the meaning of the word elastic, but in this case, in this scenario, how did the word elastic came here, or why did they use the word elastic? Let's try to understand. Just take an example of laptop. Let's say I have a laptop and the RAM of my laptop is 6 GB RAM. Now the question, if I want to increase my RAM or if I want to decrease my RAM, is it possible to do without stopping the machine? Same, you're all having laptops, right? Can you increase your RAM or decrease the RAM without stopping your laptop? Yes or no? Answer is no, right? What you have to do if you have to increase or decrease? You need to shut down your computer, remove your screws, remove the chip, RAM chip card, insert a new RAM chip, again plug in the screws, switch on the machine, configure the RAM, then you can start using it. How much time it will take? Maybe 1 hour or 2 hours, or you need to wait for the new RAM. But whereas how is it possible? Because here this RAM is an internal entity. Because this RAM is an internal entity, so only we have to stop the computer. Without stopping your laptop, you cannot increase or decrease the capacity of your RAM. Let's say this is example 1. Example 1. Now let's take another example. Here also we are talking about computer only. Again, I have a laptop and I have pen drives. Let's say I have pen drives. So first I plug in 8 GB pen drive. And I thought, okay, 8 GB is not enough, so I removed it. And again, I plugged in some 32 GB pen drive. Again, I thought this is not enough. Again, I'll remove it. Again, I'll plug in 256 GB pen drive. So here you see, what is this pen drive? For increase, I mean, for plugging in pen drive, for removing the plug-in or remove the this pen drive, do you need to stop your laptop?
No.
Do you need to stop?
No,
No. Why? What is pen drive? Is pen drive an internal entity or external?
External entity.
Pen drive is an external entity. So same thing guys here. So just for your understanding, I have taken the example of laptop, pen drive, RAM so that you'll understand easily. Actually, what are the main 4 components of a computer? OS, RAM, CPU, hard disk. Without these 4, there is no server, there is no computer, right? So what's happening here? This Amazon company is giving option for us, for the customers to choose how much RAM you want, how much CPU you want, how much hard disk you want, whatever the OS you want. You just select first all the options, and then once you combine them and give a number. You want to launch 1000 machines, 500 machines, just give the number. So that many number of servers will be launched within 1 minute with that much of configuration. And not only that, once you have launched the servers, now let's say I want to increase the RAM. I can always increase, decrease, increase, decrease, increase, decrease. How? Without stopping the server, without stopping the servers, even though the machines are running, I can increase or decrease the RAM, CPU, hard disk of my machines. That's the reason why the word elastic came into the name of this service. Now you understood why they have named this the first service, which is very important service, as Elastic Compute Cloud. Okay. I no need to say this much time, guys. No one will explain you why they have given that name, but these are the strong foundations which will be very helpful for you to understand all the technical aspects and technical points moving further when we are going to discuss some complex services and some complex scenarios. That brings us to the next question. Okay, what is an operating system? OS, right? OS abbreviation is operating system. But why do we use it? Anyone? Why do we use OS?
Manage the computer, I think, according to me.
Can't you run a computer without OS?
No, we cannot run the computer.
So simple answer is, who are we? We are human beings, right? What is the language we speak? Hindi, Telugu, English, whatever the language, that's our human language. And what are these? These are machines, computers. Can computers understand Telugu, Hindi, English? No, right? There has to be someone in between who is translating into the language understandable by the machine. You want to say something to the computer that will be translated and that will be made understood by the computer. And whenever computer reply you back, again you cannot understand the language of machine. So again that has to be translated in a language understandable by the humans. So that someone in between who translates, right? This we call it as the mediator in between the humans and the computers. We call it as OS, operating systems. And what are the different types of OS? I mean, in our laptops, we all use Windows,
Windows, Linux,
Linux, Mac
Linux,
OS,
Mac OS, right?
Red Hat, SUSE, Ubuntu, Kali Linux, Debian,
There are many
Amazon
types of,
Linux.
you can say.
There are so many. Because in one of the interview long back when I starting my IT career, I don't know anything about these operating systems. They asked me this one simple question: whether Unix came first or whether Linux came first.
Unix came first.
Yeah. Okay. Some
Unix,
said Unix.
I
I see
think so.
some of you are saying
Unix,
Linux.
both are the same.
Unix key.
Right, correct. So let's see. So that brings us to the topic. Why? Because you see, guys, this history of OS. Tomorrow, once you join in the companies, whenever there is some discussion going on in your project about these operating systems or the technical discussion about these operating systems, you should not sit idly. You should be able to say something. You should be able to at least understand something, right? So for that, let's try to understand how different types of OS came, what is the differences, technical differences between them, all this. I will begin with Microsoft Windows. The first question, is Microsoft Windows open source or not?
Not.
No.
It's a paid service.
I mean, of course, some of you even don't know this word because this is completely technical word, open source. What do you mean by open source? Open source means nothing but whether it is
Free of cost.
free or not. Generally we say free, right? In the IT we call free as open source. That means if you can download a software directly from internet without paying any money, we call that software as open source software. So now I am asking, is Microsoft Windows OS an open source? Answer is no.
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 Don't say I am buying laptop, along with my laptop OS is coming. That the cost of your OS is already included in the cost of the laptop. Okay. The license cost. Next, is the source code open to the world?
No.
Again,
No,
here also
sir.
I use some technical word, source code. What do you mean by source code? The underlying technology or the underlying software, whatever they used to build that OS, like maybe some Python code, maybe C language or C++, something. The developers have done some coding and they developed this Windows operating system. So is that code open to the world? Sir, is no. Even though you pay millions and billions of dollars to Microsoft company, they will never reveal that secret. Why? If they keep the source code in internet, I will download it. I know programming, I know Java, I know Python. What I will do? I will improve the coding and I will launch a new OS operating system on my name and I will become a competition for Microsoft company, right? So that's why they will never reveal that the source code to the world. And what is the first operating systems you have worked on? Anyone? The first Microsoft version which you remember or which you worked on?
Windows 95.
99.
Okay,
Windows
I personally I started with 98. There used to be one desktop in my
92.
uncle's house when I'm seventh class, and after that came graphics for the first time, Windows Vista, and after that 7, 8, 10, 10 Pro, something like that. So what are all these things? These are all different desktop editions, right? These are all different desktop editions of
But sir,
Windows.
first operating system is developed on a DOS.
Yeah. So these are all called different. Yeah, okay, fine, that's fine. These are all called different versions of Microsoft Windows operating system. Same way, there are server editions also. I already told in the demo class, what is the meaning of server? Server means nothing but same computer only, but it is having higher end configurations. Usually in IT companies, we use more RAM, more CPU, more hard disk. So that's a computer which is having high configuration. We call it as server. That's it. So this Microsoft company, whenever this Windows operating system, when they release for laptops or desktops, that we call it as desktop edition. But the same Microsoft company, they will release for the companies, IT companies, for servers, that we call it as server edition. Only the name will be different, but the same OS, everything will be same. So here what names will be there? The name will be Windows Server 2012, Windows Server 2016, like that. Only the name is different, but the operating system, the underlying technicality, everything is same. Windows Server 2020. So this is called server edition. And like I said, so what are all these? These are all different versions of Microsoft Windows operating system. And now, if you have known any one of the operating system version, let's say I worked on 98, I worked on Vista or 7.9. Did you join any course? Did you pay money or did you join from anywhere to learn how to work on Windows 8, Windows 10? Because I did not join anywhere. I still remember in 7th class I used 98. Then I only learned myself just by experimenting on that Vista 7, 8 and everything. Why? Because all this came from the same, only there will be small changes between different versions. Minute changes will be there, 5%. That you can learn on your own without joining any course. Next, let's talk about Unix. Same, first question, is Unix open source or not?
open source.
Yes, open source.
It is free. If you want, you can go to the internet, you can download it. You don't need to buy it. Same thing. Is the source code open to the world? You want
Yes,
to
sir.
know how it has been created, developed? Yes. Again, you can get in the internet, you can download the code. Same, or what did I say? If something is available free in the market, what people will do? People will download it. People will start make changes to it and they will invent their own operating
Oh, yes.
system. Same. So there is one person called Linus Torvalds. So what this person has done? This person has downloaded the operating system of Unix. He did his own coding. He's very good at programming languages. So he did some coding and he invented his own operating system called Linux or Linux. The first four letters of his name and the last letter of Unix. This. Slowly, Apple company started. Apple company came. They have taken the source code of Unix and they invented their own OS called Mac OS. HP company came. They have taken the source code of Unix and they invented their own OS called HP UX. IBM company came. They have modified the source code and they invented their own OS called AX. Sun Microsystems came. They invented their own operating system called Solaris. So what are all these called? These are all called flavors. These are all different flavors of
X.
Unix operating system. And if you observe carefully here, why did I have written Linux in red color, whereas all other in black color? No, if you observe carefully here, you see Linux is invented by one single person, whereas these all are MNCs. These are all multinational companies. So what these companies have done after they have invented the OS, they are not giving it for free. They said if you want to use Mac OS, you have to pay license. HPUX, you have to pay. These operating systems are not free in the market even till today, and they will never be free. If they give it for free, how will they earn money? How will Apple becomes #1 company in the world if they keep on giving for free? But this person is a nice guy, so he said it's okay. Mine is free. Anyone can download it. Anyone can use it. Again, same process. There is a company called Red Hat. Red Hat company has downloaded it, and they invented their own operating system called RHEL, Red Hat Enterprise Linux. Some community people, some group of people came and they invented their own OS called CentOS, CentOS or CentOS, Community Enterprise Operating System. Same, Amazon company came and they have made changes to the code and they invented their own OS called Amazon Linux. Like that, so many Fedora, Ubuntu, SUSE, Kali Linux, etc., etc., etc. If you keep on showing, so many names are there. Same thing again. What are all these things? These are all flavors of Linux. These are all flavors of Unix. So here, guys, just be on mute. Who is that? Rizwan, Rupesh, Sanjay, just be on mute, guys. Or else I have to keep everyone on mute. Yeah. So here, if you see, even though if you know how to work on any one of the operating system, let's say you know how to work on Mac, you know how to work on Linux or any one, automatically you can work on all the other operating systems. Why? Because again, there will be only minute difference between each and every other operating system because all operating systems has been invented and the underlying main operating system is Unix only. So why I'm saying you all these things, now you got a clear picture. What are different types of OS from which operating system which has been invented, right? What is the reason behind them? And if you know any one operating system, automatically in which operating systems you can work all these things. So now the answer. So what's the first question? Which operating system was invented first here between these two? Yeah, first was Unix. From Unix, Linux has been invented, right? And lastly, here I have used two words. Here you see, I use the word versions when I'm explaining about Windows, whereas here I have used word flavors when I'm explaining about Unix. Why so? Because you see all these are invented by only one company, that is Microsoft. But whereas you see Red Hat, CentOS, Amazon, Fedora, Linux, these all are different companies and different people. That's why I use the word flavors. Good. Now, yeah, without any delay, let's jump into the proper cloud technology, the terminology, the technical words you should know, which is very, very important that you should be using as a cloud engineer when you're talking about these terminology: operating system, CPU, RAM, hard disk. Terminology is very, very important whenever you're learning anything in your life. Not only this, in future also if you're learning some new technology and whenever you're attending interview on that particular technology, you should not use normal words because now you're a cloud engineer after this course. You should not speak like a normal person operating system, CPU, RAM. You should use the proper technical words being a cloud engineer. That is what I mean by terminology. That means the technical words. So first thing, operating. So what do you call OS, operating system, in the language of AWS cloud? We call it as AMI or AMI. What is the abbreviation of it? AMI means Amazon Machine Image. AMI or AMI, and the abbreviation is Amazon Machine Image. Next, CPU and RAM. It's a combination. It's a combination. One CPU, 2 GB RAM. So what do you call? So usually Amazon gives in a combination, guys. One CPU, 2 GB RAM, two CPU, 4 GB RAM, 128 CPU cores, 256 GB RAM, like that. So the combination of CPU and RAM in the language of AWS cloud, we call it as instance type. We call it as instance type. So from today onwards, whenever I use this word, so what should come into your mind immediately whenever I say instance type? It should automatically trigger in your mind that I am talking about CPU and RAM. And finally, the last one is hard disk. What do you call hard disk in the language of AWS cloud technology? We call it as EBS, volume. EBS means elastic block storage. Store or storage, anything. So the name itself says hard disk means why? Why do we use hard disk? It is for storage. That's why the name storage is there. Elastic means same. If you want to increase the capacity of your hard disk, if you want to decrease the capacity of your hard disk, you can always increase, you can always decrease anytime, even without stopping the server, which is possible only with the cloud technology. And what is the meaning of this word block? Block means the type of storage. Let me explain. This is a bit technical. What are the different types of storages, guys? Generally in IT, we are having two types of storages. One is object type of storage. Another one is block type of storage. What is the, let me move the screen a bit up. Object type of storage means songs, MP3 songs, video songs, MP4, files, PDF documents, Excel sheets, etc. etc. So usually where do you store these type of files in your computer? Even me or you, anyone. Where do you store songs, videos, files? C drive? No, right? We store in D drive, E drive, or F drive. Or if you talk about cloud storage, maybe Google Drive. So this is an example of object type of storage. So now can anyone guess what can be the example of a block type of storage? Block. Correct. The place where you store or you install the operating system related data. So example is your C drive. Wherever you install and wherever you store operating system and the different softwares related data, that drive, we call it as a block type of storage, right? So example is C drive, right? Because we don't install or store operating systems or softwares in D drive, E drive, right? Because it is not compatible with that. C drive is having a separate technology underlying it, which supports the booting process on everything. That's why operating system and whenever you install any softwares, all that files will be stored only in the C drive. Such a way we will configure it. Fine. So why I'm explaining all these technical words? What is the ultimate aim? Tomorrow, being a cloud engineer, it is our responsibility to launch any server. So what do you call a server or a computer in the language of AWS cloud? So we need to combine these three. If you want to launch a computer, you need to have a OS, that means AMI. You need to have RAM and CPU, that means you need to have instance type. You need to have a hard disk, that means you need to have EBS. So once you combine these three, then you will be able to launch a computer in the cloud technology. And what do you call a server or a computer in the language of AWS? We call it as EC2 instance. Okay. So from today onwards, no one should use the words laptop, computer, server, but try to use the word as much as possible EC2 instance. EC2 instance means nothing but computer in the language of AWS cloud technology. What are the synonyms for that? Server, computer, laptop, desktop, PC, box. So anything you can call, anything is same, guys. Okay. But the technical word with respect to AWS cloud technology, we call it as EC2 instance. So it's not mandatory that tomorrow once you join in the company, whenever you're talking to your manager or your colleagues, no need to say every time instance. You can say server also. But I'm just saying it the technical word because you're new to this technology. For example, in my company, whenever my manager wants me to launch any Windows server or Linux server, what he will say, okay, Raymond, just launch Linux box, Windows box. He will just say the word box. Box means nothing but I can say server or instance, anything. And now that, yes, we have understood the theory part of this EC2 and the terminology related to it, let me show you practicals. It will be very interesting. You don't need to worry about creating account, guys. I will give you time because this weekend I'm going to give you off some few days, extra days off, because some of you have to get ready with the laptops. Some of you have to needs time to create AWS accounts. So there will be 3-4 holidays at the end of this weekend. Then you can slowly create your AWS account and you can start practicing by the seeing my recording videos. Since I am already having AWS account, I will first log into my account and I will walk you through all the options so that you will get a clear picture. So you see, guys, so once after you have created your AWS account, this is the sign in page. And here you will be seeing two options. One is root user, another one is IAM user. And for first 10 classes, just forget about this, because this is one of the important service which I'm going to explain you as a part of course. Then you will understand what is this IAM, when we will use it in the companies. But till that time, just select root user and give the email ID. With which email ID you have created the account, give that email ID. So I have created my AWS account with this email ID. This is the email ID with which I have created my AWS account. So I'm giving that and the password. And then you will be logged into your AWS account. So this is a brand new account I have just created last week only. And if you remember in the demo class, who have attended the demo class, I hope at least one or two of you would have remember. What is the technical word we use where they launch these data centers? What is the technical word? Anyone remember? The place where Amazon company is having the data centers. We call them as
Region.
correct
Region.
regions,
Region.
availability zones.
Region.
You see, and where can you see that? Here. You see, this is the name of your account which you have given the while you're creating account. Just beside that, these are nothing but regions. You can see all the regions. This is a drop down. What did I say? In more than 25 countries, in more than 25 regions, Amazon is having its data centers. So you see, Ohio, North Virginia, California, that is in US. And when it comes to Asia, Asia Pacific, Mumbai, Japan, Korea, Singapore, Australia, and again Canada and Europe, like that. More than many 25 countries, they're having the data centers and we call them as regions. Right? And under regions, we need to have availability zones that I will show you. But before that, here,
Sir, your screen is not visible.
you mean my video or my screen? So here you need to just select. Guys, are you able to see my account or not? I mean the screen.
Yes, sir.
Are you able to see all this?
Yes, sir.
Visible, sir. Visible.
Okay, fine.
Sir, your screen is not visible, sir.
And then
Sir,
so
but sir, actually, Rizwan here, I have a one concern. Sir, can you show me this account? So how should I create?
I have already explained just before how to create an AWS account, and I'm going to share you the details. Just go through it and you will be able to create it. Okay. Now, if you remember, you see guys, AWS means the abbreviation is Amazon Web Services. Like I said, there are more than 200 services. You see here in the left side under services, you see analytics. These are all different modules. Analytics is a module. Application integration is a module. Blockchain is a module. Under each module, we are having many services. I will show you. Let's say under blockchain. Under blockchain, there is a service called Amazon Managed Blockchain. Under analytics, you see, these are all different services. Athena is a service. AWS Clean Rooms is a service. These are all different services like that. Compute is a module. Under compute, these are all different services. AWS App Runner, Batch, EC2. So whatever the service we were discussing in today's class, you see, it's an EC2. And I already said what is EC2? EC2 is nothing but the virtual servers in the cloud. And it belongs to which module? It belongs to the compute module. Again, what did I say? There are more than, if you see this, there are, if you go on this same under satellite, robotics, security identity, quantum technologies, there are many services modules. But you no need to learn all the services, guys. No person on this earth can learn all the services. Even the people working in the Amazon company also, they also don't know, because every different persons will be working on different teams. The person who is working on robotics will work only on robotics. He won't work on security or networking or EC2. A person who is working on EC2, he don't know anything about robotics. So I have designed this course in such a way, I have included all the services which is expected out of a cloud engineer as per the market standards. So apart from these, you no need to learn any other services, because tomorrow once you join in the companies, you will be using same these services only in your projects. No, nothing, anything new or nothing out of this. That's why we are discussing more than what is needed. I already told you. As a part of this course, we were discussing 30 web services, but no one will use 30 web services in the projects. Hardly we will use 12 or 15. That's it. Fine. And here, if you scroll down, this is the dashboard, guys. Either you can go here, go to the compute and click on EC2. Like that also you can go, or else simply you can search here. Whenever you want to go to any particular service, simply search here, EC2. So EC2 means virtual servers in the cloud. And if you scroll down, yeah, this is, you see, this is the region. Mumbai is a region. In this region, we are having different availability zones. See, AP South 1A, AP South 1B, AP South 1C. So don't get confused, guys, here. Actually, I told you region means country, right? Region means country. So what Amazon company is saying? Amazon company is saying India. Mumbai means India. India. This is a region. In India, in Mumbai region, you are having different data centers actually. Maybe this is Chennai. Maybe this is Delhi. Maybe this is Jaipur, like that. So these are called availability zones. Okay. Don't get nothing to get confused here between region and availability zone. And a small question for you guys here. Just by seeing here this and this, I want to ask a small question. Let's XY east 2. Is this a region or is this an availability zone? By seeing that, the question, whatever the question I have asked, what I have written on the screen, can anyone say the answer? Is that a region or is that an availability zone?
Reason.
Reason.
It is an availability zone. Availability zone. Availability zone.
Okay, I'm getting both the answers. Some are saying region, some are saying
It is an
availability zone.
availability zone, sir.
Okay, who said region? Why did you said it's region?
Because it doesn't have the suffixes 1A, 1B, 1C.
Very good, correct. Who said availability zone? Why did you say availability zone? Some of you said right. I heard answers availability zone. I'm just asking you, why did you said available? What made you say that answer? Simply.
These are availability.
Simple answer, guys.
zone.
Because you're new to this technology. I'm not going to ask you any technical questions. It's just a general thing. If you observe carefully, all the availability zone means always ends with a alphabet. You see, A, B, C. These are availability zones. Whereas regions always ends with, you see, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1. Only it always ends with a number. So it's a blind rule. If something is ending with number, it is a region. If something is ending with an alphabet, let's say if I ask it to A or to B or to C, then it's an availability zone. That's what I said. We will be starting with very basics, and then we will go into the advanced level concept, because even I see sometimes in the companies, even 1 year experience persons also, they get confused between these availability zones and regions. I don't understand how did they even got selected to the project, who took the interview. So you should not do such type of silly mistakes which will cost your interview during the interview process. Fine. Next. So let's go ahead, and you don't worry about all these things, guys, okay? I'm going to explain you all these things. Same. Once you also create your account and once you start practicing, everything will be 000 except this one. Why this is 1, I will explain you. So let's go ahead and launch Windows instance. So currently I don't have anything, 0. So how to launch an instance? In the right top corner, you see, there is an instance option called launch instance. So let me select that launch instance. Yes, so you see there are many options. If you want to launch an instance, there are many options you need to go through and understand. What I will do, let me list out them on the whiteboard, so that after completing, if you have any doubt in that particular point, you can just say me that number. I will explain you again. Okay. So there will be total 7 steps, guys. If you want to launch an instance, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, 7. Total 7 steps will be there if you want to launch an instance. So let's begin with the first one. What is the first step? Here you can see. How many instances do you want to launch? 1, 10, 100, 500, 1000. Just give the number. As of now, if you want to launch only one, just give number 1. Let's say I want to launch 50. I will change it to 50. You want to launch 500. 500. You want to launch 5000 or 1000. 1000. How much time it will take to launch 1000 machines? Same. It's just a matter of 2 minutes. Can you get me 1000 laptops in 2 minutes if I ask you? No, right? Okay, this is our first class, technically speaking. So let's start with one instance. In the coming classes, we are going to launch multiple servers at the same time. But for now, let's begin with 1. So the first step is number of instances selected. So let's say 1. Same thing as tomorrow, once you join in the company, let's say if your manager asks you to launch 5 Windows machines, will you keep on doing these steps 5 times? No. Here itself, you will select 5. That's it. Next, second step is name. You are launching a instance. You need to give some name to the instance, right? You can give any name. Yes, I can say Revant instance. You can give your name, but always make a habit of giving some proper naming convention. Why? Because let's say today I launch 1 instance. Tomorrow I launch 2 instances. By end of the month, in my AWS account, I launched 20 servers. So if you don't give proper naming convention, you will only get confused after 2 months. Oh, this instance is for which purpose? This instance is for which purpose? You will only get confused. So always make a habit, even though you're practicing, just give a name which you can understand at least. Since I'm about to launch Windows instance, what I will give name? I will give name as Windows instance. So that's what I'm saying, because some of you might get confused thinking that maybe you have to give always the same name. No, there is no restriction. Just as per your company standards, you can follow that. So the second step is name of the instance. Name of the instance. So it is Windows instance I have given, right? Okay. Step 3. What did I say? What do you call operating system in the language of AWS Cloud? We call it as AMI, Amazon Machine Image, AMI. So here now I'm going to show all the different types of operating system. I will browse more AMIs. You see here, guys, Amazon Linux. This is not a normal Linux. Observe, this is a flavor of Linux. Amazon Linux, Mac OS, Red Hat Enterprise Linux, SUSE Linux, Ubuntu, Microsoft Windows. Again, if you scroll, there will be Debian. Like that, all the different flavors of Unix, different versions of Microsoft Windows, all will be there. Okay, now we want to focus on Windows, right? I want to launch Windows. Okay, where is okay? These all are Windows. But here I want to you guys to focus on who's this? Rizwan Khan, Sudhir Kumar. I don't understand why you guys unmute unnecessarily. I'm getting background noises. Observe here careful, guys. This is also Microsoft Windows, Microsoft Windows, Microsoft. All these three are 1, 2, 3. 3 are Microsoft Windows. But did you observe any difference in any of them?
Yes, there is an SQL for
Only
this.
one is having a tag called free tier eligible, whereas the other two images, where the other two AMIs is not having that tag. So our entire course or whatever the services we are going to discuss in each and every service, in each and every resource, we are having this free tier eligible. That's why I told you, you no need to pay any money. Creating AWS account is free of cost, and practicing this also free of cost. When you choose this free tier eligible tags, so there is no confusion. Everything will be clear. But by mistake, if you have chosen some non-free tier eligible AMIs or some resources, maybe you'll get money 10 rupees or 20 rupees. How much time you have used it? 100 rupees or 200 rupees if you forgot to stop it. Right? That's why I told you, what did I said again? In case, even though by mistake, if some bill gets generated, don't worry. They first of all, they don't deduct the money automatically, even though bill got generated. Second thing is I have a trick how to remove that bill, how we can make it completely zero. I will say after 1 month, because even though if you start practicing now, even though bill gets generated by mistake, it will take 1 month to reflect. Then we will discuss in the class what is the trick. So you no need to worry about it all money getting deducted from your card. It will never happen. It's completely zero. Okay. So what I will do, I will choose any Microsoft Windows. Let's choose the latest one. Okay. Where is the latest? Okay. You see, this is latest 2022. And okay, this is free tier. So I will select this. So that is step 3. What is the step 3? You have chosen your AMI. We have chosen Windows Server 2000. That's what I said. You see, the names are not same guys. If you observe carefully, what is the name? See, the name is Windows Server 2022. Will you find with that name in your desktop? Whenever you buy some laptop, what is the name of your operating system? It is Windows 10, Windows 10 Pro. Will you see anywhere Windows Server 2022? No, because this is server edition. Laptop is a desktop edition. That's what I said. Only name is different, but operating system, everything is same. This is Windows Server 2022. Next, Step 4. I told you already, from today onwards, whenever you see this word, what should come into your mind? Instance type means what are we talking about? It's a combination of
CPU and RAM.
CPU and RAM. Again, here also, there are more than 250 types of instances. I will show you. You see this option here, compare instance types. See how many? Not more than, see, 538 types of instances are there. Can anyone remember that many types, combinations? No. So you no need to by heart these names, guys. You see these names? You no need to by heart these names, because even tomorrow once you join in the company, whenever your manager asks you to launch a computer, he will say, okay, Revant launch with 16 GB RAM and some 32 GB CPU or RAM, CPU, whatever. So what we will do, we will come here and we'll search here. Okay, where is 16 GB? Yeah, 16 CPU, 32 GB RAM. So I will select it like this. So you no need to remember. No one will ask you in the interview these names, or no one will ask you in the certifications. Okay, only the thing you need to remember is instance type means it is a combination of CPU and RAM, and there are these many types, more than 530 types. I will show you the highest one just for your understanding. Let me click on memory. Maybe it will show you the highest type. It's a bit slow or what? Yeah, you see what is the highest RAM you have here? 12,000 GB RAM and 448. Just imagine, guys, 12,000 GB RAM means it's a supercomputer, in fact, and 448 CPU cores means. So usually these servers they will launch in rocket science, rockets algorithm, satellite calculations, because per second they have to do lakhs of calculations. That much fast computer should be there. So usually in this SpaceX, those kind of projects, they will be launching these types of instances. We can't launch this. I mean, you can launch, but you'll get huge amount of money. So that's why here also what we will do, we will make sure we are launching a free tier, and you can find it here. So whatever the instance, if you choose in here, if you see here free tier eligible, so you don't need to worry, you don't get any bill. But again, by mistake, if you choose something non-free tier, let's say I choose T2.small, you see, free tier is not there. So that's why just make sure you have free tier eligible. That is step 4, that is instance type. T2 dot micro. So what is the combination of T2 dot micro means? I think one CPU. Yeah, one CPU, 1 GB RAM. You see, one CPU, 1 GB. Again, like I said, you don't need to remember this, guys. No one is going to ask you anywhere. And even this free tier also, we have to remember during our learning process. I mean, during this course, because we don't want to any bill. But tomorrow, once you join in the company, you no need to worry about this free tier, guys, because every month we have to pay bill. In companies, you don't use one CPU, 1 GB RAM machine. You will use 50 GB RAM, 80 GB RAM machines. So every month you will get bill. For example, in my company, every month we pay 40 lakhs bill. 40 lakhs rupees per month, not per year. We pay bill because ours is a very huge account. We have like thousands of servers running in our AWS account. Next one is key pair. Next step. Yes, this is very, very important. Understand, focus carefully, guys. Whenever you're launching an instance, any instance, whether it can be Windows, Linux, Mac, Ubuntu, whenever you're launching any instance, by default, AWS will lock that mission. Okay, AWS will lock that mission. So you want a key, right? If you want to open a lock, you need to have a key. So what Amazon is doing, Amazon is giving you an option to select your own key. You can select your own key so that with that key you can open. With that key you can open that lock and you can access your instance. So the place where we have to select the key, that we call it as key pair. So here you can create a new key pair. So just key is like a lock and key. Just imagine, okay? So what will, as of now, we don't have any key pairs because this is the first brand new account. I never created any key pair. That's why I say nothing is there. So here, let's go ahead and create key pair, create a new key pair. Again, there is no restriction. You can give any name. I will say XYZ. I will say Revant. But again, like I said, always make a good habit of giving some proper sensible naming convention. The Windows key. That's it. You don't worry about these things. Just keep that default. We will discuss about this later. Again, you will get confused if I say everything in today only. Create key pair. So now what happens the moment you select that key, create key pair, the file will be downloaded. You see, I will show you. If you go to your downloads, yeah, you see Windows key.pem. I mean, it's a type of the file, guys. Okay, PEM means it's a format like how we have PDF, how we have Word document like that. This is a format PEM. Of course, no one will ask you the abbreviation. I'm just saying you for your general knowledge. PEM means privacy enhanced mail. Okay, privacy enhanced mail. Okay, fine, leave it. So that is step 5. Step 5 is it deals with who is that Rushikesh. Like I said, just please be patient. We'll discuss all the doubts in the end. Windows key dot pem. Next option is very, very important, guys. Very, very important. Listen carefully, focus. Next option deals with network settings. And there are so many options here. Not only here, maybe I have skipped some other options in the previous also. I don't know. Let me see. Okay, till here it did not skip anything. But here I am going to skip. I am not going to explain you what is this, what is this, what is this. So in today's class, in tomorrow's class, in after that also in the first 1 week, I am going to skip some options. That doesn't mean I'm going to skip them forever, guys, because this is not the right time. I have prepared this course in such a way you will be understand everything in a systematic way. I'm not going to say everything on a same day and make you confused. This is a very, very important options, and we are going to discuss this during a service called VPC as a part of networking. But in today's class, we will just ignore it. Our focus is only on option called, you see this, security. As a part of networking, in today's class, our main focus is only on something called security groups. So obviously the name itself says you are dealing with the security of the instance. Okay, you are launching an instance. You have selected CPU, RAM, operating system, you selected key pair. But how can you say your server is secure? You need to configure security also, right? So how can you say your instance is secured? Okay, let's say example, I ask you a question. How do you say your house is secured? Your house, your home. How do you say your home is secured?
Using keys.
Right, because you're having doors, right? Everywhere you're having doors and you lock the doors. That's why you say your house is secured. Same way, server instance. How any traffic will enter any instance? If a traffic has to enter inside, that means if a customer, if a person's traffic has to enter inside a computer, inside a instance, we need to open port. If you open the port, then only customer traffic will go like this. Let's say I type facebook.com. I sit in my laptop and I type facebook.com. So what happens? Facebook.com server will open port. That's why my traffic will go inside. And then only I can see all the Facebook related content in my laptop. So port, what is a port? Port is nothing like a door. Port is like a door to the instance. Like how our house is having doors like that. For instance, the security is given by the ports. If I open port, then only traffic will go. If I close the port, traffic will stop outside only. It will not enter inside the machine. Next comes the question, how many ports are there in IT? Okay, we understood the meaning of port, that's fine. But how many ports are there in IT? 65,500. There are total 65,535 ports are there. So again, can anyone on this earth remember all the 65,000 names or numbers? No. So hardly in the companies we will be using 10 or 12 ports that I am going to discuss in the coming classes. Okay, this port is for this purpose. This is the name of the port. This is the number of the port, like that. But in today's class, we have to discuss one of the port here. So which server are you going? We are about to launch now. We are about to launch Windows. So what is the universal port number of a Windows operating system? So any person on this earth, when they launch a Windows server, if they have to connect, that means if they have to go inside that Windows computer, they have to open a port. And what is the name and number of that port? Anyone know?
It's RDP port, right? 3389,
Correct.
I
RDP.
guess.
Yes, very good. And the number is 3389. RDP is the name of the port and that number corresponding to that port is 3389, and this is universal. I did not invent it. You go and search in the Google, it will be there. RDP means remote desktop protocol. Okay, remote desktop protocol, and I'm going to show you here. So here you see LO, you see LO RDP traffic. If you click on this edit option, click on this edit button, it will be shown clearly here. See? What is the name of the port? RDP. What is the number of the port? 3389. And if you observe carefully, did I type these values or already these values are here, guys, by default? Did I type that values or is it already there?
Already
Already
there.
there.
It's already there, right? Now my question is, how did it came automatically there? Who keep there automatically? Of course,
It is
AWS
predefined value.
AWS only kept it, but my question is, how does AWS know automatically that it has to open RDP port? I did not say it, but it only opened automatically. How did it open?
OS.
Very good, very good. If you remember, what is the step 2 or step 3, whatever? What is this step? You have chosen your
Windows.
OS. Or what is your OS? Windows. So Amazon is smart enough.
Yeah,
AWS
yeah.
is smart enough. Okay, this person is launching Windows Server, so I have to open RDP. So you know it's a default port. Right? That's it. Like that, if you want to open any other ports, multiple ports, you can open. You see, add another port, add another port, add another port, like that. But it's okay. I will show you in the coming classes what are the different types of ports and how we will access it. But for now, today's class, let's stick with only one port, that is 3389. And if you want to give any name to your security group, you can give. You can rename this. I will say Windows security group. If you don't want to rename, you know, it's not mandatory, compulsory. Just I'm saying there is an option if you want to rename. So that is very important step. That is sixth step. That is security group. And what is the port we have open? RDP 3389. And last final step, we all know what is the only thing remaining is hard disk. And what did I said? What do you call hard disk in the language of AWS?
EBS.
EBS, Elastic Block Storage. So if you by default, the minimum C drive to launch a Windows instance is 30 GB, guys. You cannot go less than 30. That's why you see by default already 30 is there. I will show you if I make it 20, what will happen. You see, if I made that 20, error came. What? Minimum C drive should be 30 GB. If anyone has to launch a Windows instance in AWS cloud, the minimum C drive is 30 GB. You cannot go less than that. But if you want, you can be more than that. Let's say I want 100 GB C drive. 100. You can do. You want 500? Keep 500. Your wish. But again, I am not going. I will just stick with 30. Why? Why I'm sticking with 30? Why I'm not increasing more than 30?
Because it's eligible free.
So the free tier is till 30 GB. But let's say if I launch with 40 GB, some 10 GB extra, maybe I need to 5 rupees or 6 rupees bill will come. Again, I don't want that 5-6 rupees also. So I just want to stay within the free tier. That's it, guys. So this is the last step, that is EBS. That is how much we launch? 30 GB. Some of you might be having doubt here. I don't know. Someone did not ask this one. Why the word root volume is there? Generally, what do we call in Windows computer where you have the operating system? We call it as C drive. But why they are called root volume?
Linux in it has root. We call
Correct.
as
Correct. Yeah, I understood. AWS cloud technology follows which naming convention? AWS cloud technology follows the naming convention of Linux or Unix. In all the flavors of Unix, in all the flavors of Linux, what is the name we call? I mean, in Windows we call it as C drive, but in Linux we call it as root drive, root volume or root drive. So that's why this AWS cloud technology everywhere, the naming convention will be Linux. But once you launch the instance, once I launch this instance, everything will be same like our Windows laptop only because it's Windows operating system. But only the name here will be root volume. But that's what, just for your confusion clarification, I'm saying it's nothing but C drive only because you have selected Windows operating system. Fine. Launch instance. It won't take just 1 to 2 minutes. It will launch a Windows instance. Okay. So now if you scroll down, yeah, you see here success, green color. Sometimes if any failure is there, here you will get red color. It will say failed. Okay, now click on this view all instances. So only half movie is completed. Only half. Now the second half of the movie is connecting to the instance. Let's say now this is my laptop. This is my Windows laptop. From my Windows laptop, I want to connect to Windows computer only, but it's not an on-premises machine. It's a cloud machine. So what do we call cloud machine? We call it as Windows instance, EC2 instance, EC2 instance. So this is on-premises. What is whatever the laptops we are using in our homes, they are on-premises. And whatever just now I launched in AWS, that is also a computer, but it's a cloud. It's a cloud server. It is somewhere in, where did I launch? Maybe in Chennai or Delhi. I don't know. Somewhere it got launched. Right. So from here, I want to connect. So if you want to connect to this machine, what is the port we already open? What is the port we already open?
RDP.
RDP we have opened. So no problem. Traffic will go. And to connect to any mission, if I let's say, I told you to go to that person's house. Can you go directly to the other person's house? What should I give you? I should give you details, right? Name of the person, door number, street number. Then only you can go to their house. Same. When I told you, okay, connect to this Windows EC2 instance, how will you connect? What are the details you should know about that instance? You should know
IP address.
IP address,
Username.
and you should know username, and you should know
Key.
password. You should know the host name, IP address, or DNS. Anything is same. For now, remember. In the coming classes, I will explain you the difference. But for now, remember IP or DNS. Anything is same. Username, that means username of the computer. The password of the computer. Then only you can connect to that computer. So now, from where will you get these values? Where are the values of this Windows EC2 instance? From where will you get? Let's go to the console. So here you see. This is the name of it. What is the step 1 or step 2? We have given the name of the instance, Windows EC2 Windows instance. And what is the type? Which instance type have we launched? T2 dot micro. And it is launched somewhere. Maybe it's Delhi or Chennai. I don't know. I'm just for your example. I said it can be anything. 1B. Okay. Rest of the other options, just leave it. We'll discuss later. My video is coming. Maybe I'll keep it. So now I'm going to show you how to connect it, guys. Focus carefully. Select the instance, actions, connect. Here you have option C, connect. And here you see the second option, RDP. So here you will have all the three options. Whatever the three options, what you want, IP or DNS is there. Second one, username. Third one, password. See, all the options are here only. But just focus carefully. I'm about to explain the process here. So here the password is there, but it's not given directly. It is given indirectly. So how do you get password? If you observe carefully all these 7 points, do you find any point something related to password in these 1 to 7 points?
No.
Observe carefully.
Number, ASCII.
Key pair.
Very good. It's nothing but it's a password. It's a kind password only, but just the format is different. Here your password is in the format of PEM. I'm writing here. The password is in the format of PEM, but we want it in the password. It should be in a password format if you want to connect. So what we want to do, first of all, now we want to, first step is we want to convert our PEM into password format. Same like, let's say guys, you are having a Word document. Can you convert your Word document into PDF or not? Yes or no? We can convert, right? Same like that. I have PEM file. I need to convert PEM into password. That's it. So what do we do? I mean, you don't need to download any software for that. Just click here, get password, and upload your PEM file. Whatever the PEM file is downloaded in the downloads folder, just upload that. Go to downloads, Windows key.pem, open, and decrypt password. That's it, you see. Password is here. So you want 3 values to connect to the server, and you're ready with all the 3 values: DNS, username, password. Okay, I am ready with the values, but next question, where should I enter these values?
Hard disk.
There should be some software, right, where you will use this to connect. So that software we call it as
hard disk.
RDC. RDC is a software. RDC means remote desktop
House
connection. This is a software which is available by default in Windows laptop. You no need to download anywhere. It is all by, whenever you buy Windows laptop, it is there by installed. You can just search it here. I will show you. Just search for REM. No need to type completely. Just search REM. Automatically it will come here. You see, remote desktop connection. Just select that. If already some value is there, just click on backspace. It will go away. And expand these options. Show options is there, right? Just expand that. So first one is computer name. Computer name means nothing but the IP address or the host name where you're already having here, right? Copy this. This is the DNS or the computer name. Control V. Next, username. Copy administrator. Paste it. Connect. Now it will ask you for the password. Yeah, you see it is asking for the password. Again, copy the password. Paste it here and say OK. It is asking you, you are about to connect to this Windows. Do you want to connect? Do you trust this server? Yes, I will say yes. See guys, what you are seeing, that blue screen, is this my laptop? It's not my laptop. It's a Windows machine only, but it's a cloud. It's a cloud instance. Because Windows is a bit heavyweight software, just give it 1 to 2 minutes. It will take a time to load. Once it loaded, it will show the entire desktop, that blue screen, wallpaper, everything. You can see here. This is the IP of our Windows instance, which we launched 43.204.218.185. Yes. If you want, you can minimize while launching, or you can just leave it so that you can see as it keeps on loading. Yeah. What is that, guys? Whatever you're seeing on the screen, is that my laptop or is that a cloud instance?
Cloud
It's
Cloud
instance.
an
distance.
EC2 instance. It's a
Cloud
Windows EC2 instance which is launched in the cloud. So the actual mission is somewhere in Delhi or Chennai, I don't know. But from where I'm operating, sitting in my computer, from my computer, somewhere in the Europe. Right. So that's the power and beauty of the cloud technology. And how much time I took? Hardly it's a matter of 2 minutes. And now let's check the configuration: RAM, CPU, operating system version, whether whatever we have chosen the same thing came or not. So I'll just go open this drive. First, I will check the version of the OS properties. I think we choose server 2022 edition, right? Yeah, you see here, your operating system is
Data
Windows
center.
2022. And next, where is this? Specifications will be here only. RAM, how much RAM?
1 GB.
You can see here, 1 GB RAM. How much hard disk?
30 GB.
30 GB, you see, 30 GB, right? Everything is perfect, correct. And if you let's say you want to just minimize a bit, you can always do that. Let's say you want to copy some file. I want to copy some file from my laptop to my cloud instance. You see guys, this black screen is my laptop. This is on premises. This blue screen is an EC2 instance. It is a cloud virtual machine. If you want to copy something from my laptop to this cloud somewhere in Delhi, in Chennai, sitting in the Europe, it's just a matter of 1 second. Just copy, paste. That's it. Let's say close it, disconnect. So what do you think guys? Did I shut down my machine? Did I stop my machine, or is the machine running? Whenever you have a doubt whether your instance is running, whether you stopped it or not, the only place where you can go and check again is in the console. So go back to console. See, what is the status of your machine? It is still, it is running. I did not stop the machine guys. I just disconnected. I did not stop. Machine is still running. I just disconnected it. So now if you want to stop the machine or you want to delete the machine, how can you do? Select the instance here, instance state. Here you have option, you see, stop, reboot, terminate. Of course, you all know reboot means restart. Stop means it will stop. What is this terminate? Any guesses, anyone? What do you mean by terminate? Terminate means it will delete permanently.
Permanently delete.
So always be careful in the companies. Okay, you can stop, no problem, nothing will happen. But whenever you're terminating, you should get a permission. You should get an approval from your manager. Okay, you can terminate the mission, because what happens whenever you terminate in companies, whatever the data, whatever the softwares installed in that particular instance, everything will be gone permanently. So whenever in the companies, whenever you're terminating something, you should always get a approval, permission from your manager, then only you should terminate it. Okay. And when can you decide when you should stop, when you terminate? If you are 100% sure, if you and your manager discussed and client also has said that okay, we are not going to use this instance anymore in the future, then you can terminate. But maybe your manager or client said, for now maybe we don't use this month, maybe next month we will use it. So in that scenarios, what we will do, we'll just keep it in stop state, and whenever we want, we will start. So whenever you stop and start, nothing will happen to the data. All the softwares, all the data inside the machine will be as it is, nothing will happen. But whenever you terminate, everything is gone. So usually why do we stop machines in the companies? To avoid the billing. So when you will get bill to the EC2 instance, as long as it is running, you will get bill. But whenever you stop, you won't get bill. So this is also they might ask in the interview. Why do we stop instances in the company's projects? Why can't you keep it in running statements? To avoid cost cutting, to avoid billing. Okay. Okay, now I don't want to use this instance anymore. I will simply terminate it. That means it's gone permanently, forever. Now, like I said, very important part of every class. At the end of every day class, we will be discussing all the real-time scenarios. In the interviews, what questions can you expect on the topic we discussed today? Or tomorrow, once you are working in the companies, when your manager gives you a task on the topics which we discussed today. Because in the companies, depending on the questions you are asking, they will estimate your knowledge. If you are asking some small questions unnecessarily, they will get a doubt whether you are a real-time employee or not. Okay. So you should be always careful with the doubts you are asking. So let's say tomorrow, once you join in the company, as a small task, your manager asks you to launch a Windows instance. Your manager asks you to launch Windows instance. So being a cloud engineer, first of all, if anyone asks you to launch an instance, whether it's a Windows instance, Linux instance, whatever it is, if anyone asks you to launch an instance, what are the three keywords? What are the three technical words that should come into your mind if you want to launch a computer?
AMI,
Very
AMI,
good.
instant type,
AMI,
EBS.
AMA, instant type.
Instant types,
Security group.
EBS. Very good. Correct.
EB,
So from today onwards, I don't want to hear from any one of you operating system, RAM, CPU, hard disk. You should not use these words. You're cloud engineers and you're proper technical persons from now onwards, right? Okay, that is fine. Next, what is the second task? Now your manager asks you to launch Windows instance. So what are the technical options that are specific to Windows instance? Yeah, whatever the answers you told here, this is common for instance, the words, but here the question is specific to Windows instance. What are the technical words or options you should get into your mind?
Security group.
First, yes, very good. First one is
Security.
group. What is the port number? What is the port number specific to Windows? It is only
RDB for
RDB 3389.
3389.
Right.
3389.
Correct. Next, you have downloaded PEM,
PEM.
but did you use PEM as it is? No. You have to convert that into
Password.
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 You have to decrypt.
And how did you do that? Did you download any software?
No.
No software is needed. That you should know. That you should know. You should not ask anyone. Next, finally, how did you connect from your laptop to the EC2 instance?
RDC.
We used a software, and the name of the software is RDC. It's a software. And again, you no need to download it. It is by default, it is available in Windows computers. That you should know. And the name of the software is RDC, Remote Desktop Connection. So these three things, the port number which you used in the security group, that you have to convert PEM into password without the help of any software. You need to use RDC software which is available in your computer to connect from your laptop to instance. Being a cloud engineer, you should have that knowledge and you should not ask this type of silly doubts to your manager. Oh, how should I convert PEM to password? Which software should I use to connect to instance? If you ask these doubts, they will say you no need to work. We will recruit some other person. Okay. Because being a cloud engineer, that's your job, right? That's why they recruited you. If you're asking the same things again to them, there is no need of you, right? So yeah, like that. In today's class, these are the topics you should be focusing on from real-time perspective. Like that, every day, as we keep on discussing some advanced concepts, advanced services, we will be discussing much more in-depth scenarios. So those are not having any doubts, yeah, you can please leave the meeting, guys. But those are having doubts, yeah, you please stay back and get your doubts clarified. Either you can type in the chat box or you can ask directly. Anything is fine.
I haven't queried. So what if I choose an Red Hat OS? So
That
is
we will
that all the
discuss.
things are will be same or?
Yes, it's a very good question that you are going to see in tomorrow's class. In tomorrow's class, I'm going to launch Linux server. Then your doubt will be clarified.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Guys, so
Thank you.
you were listening these words, you see, security group, PEM, instance, what else? Some other, yeah, these things, you see, instance type. Some of these words are you are hearing for the first time in your life. So don't expect they will be easy or you should remember immediately. Every day till the last class, every day we are going to launch server and it's just a matter of 1 minute. Launching server is a matter of 1 minute, but today I explained you 1 hour. Why? Because today is your first class, right? So don't get confused. Everything will be very easy. As we keep on practicing every day, you will automatically remember these words without any issue. Right?
Yeah, one question. Root volume. See, we have chosen. Is there any option to choose other drives also?
Yes, yes. So while launching there only below there is one option, add volume, like that. How many volumes you can want? Like that, how many volumes you want, you can launch D drive, E drive, F drive. But I did not launch today because we want to stick to the free tier limit. That also I will show in the coming classes. We can launch, I will show you launching 5, 6 types of extra volumes other than C drive.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah, Praveen, what's your question? Yeah, you can ask.
While creating EC2 instance,
Right.
giving the configuration details like AMI. First we selected some AMI,
Correct.
and then as per that we gave the instance type. So basically, like whenever we are creating any server, there has to be some like prerequisite kind of things, like for example compatibility kind of things. So does this kind of issue can come up while creating EC2 instance? Like for example, I selected Windows Server,
Right.
some AMI, and is actually my question is, as per the AMI.
I understood your
Yeah.
question. So you're asking, whenever in this example, if you're launching a Windows machine,
Hmm.
is there any prerequisite or minimum capacity that your RAM and CPU should be 1 CPU, 1 GB? It should not be less than that, or it should not be more than that. Is that your question?
Kind of like the based on our AMI, the instance type values are
No. There is
coming
no
up.
relation between your AMI and instance type. Both are two different entities, right? Let's say
Yes.
you want to go buy a laptop. Same window. You also want to buy Windows laptop. I also want to buy Windows laptop. Yours is 6 GB RAM, mine is 12 GB RAM. So what happened here? Your AMI, my AMI, both are same only. But your instance type is different. My instance type is different. That's it.
Okay, so it's not dependent
It's
as
not
well
dependent.
as
Yeah. It all depends
no.
upon your requirement. What your manager asks you to launch. Your manager will say launch Windows Server with 12 GB RAM. That's it. So AMI will be same. Only instance type you will search for 12 GB RAM. That's it.
Okay. So we don't get any issues like compatibility or
No,
such
no, no.
kind of thing.
Nothing.
Okay. Okay.
Hi, Rajan.
Yeah. Hi.
So what we discussed is Windows is not a open source; it's a paid version. But we installed this free here. How come it possible?
Sorry, I did not understand. Your voice was breaking.
See, what we discussed is Linux is a open source, but Windows is a paid version.
Correct.
But here we launched with a free tier.
Yeah. Here
So
also some. That's what when in all the multinational companies, any product, they will give some free tier so that the customers will try it, and if they like it, then they will buy the enterprise version. Same like YouTube Premium, Netflix Premium, HBO Max Premium. And if you want to go buy a car in the showroom, they will give you for the test drive. So what are all these? These are free trial. Same thing here also. In all the resources, we are having free trial. In Windows machine also you have free trial. In Linux also you are having free trial. So we just trial it. So for that you don't need to pay any money.
okay, thank you.
Hi, Rev.
Yeah.
So how much instance we can create maximums when we opt on free tier?
Very good question. Actually, there is no limit for the number of instances. The free tier limit is number of hours. How many hours you run it. So if you launch one in, if I'm not wrong, I think 720 hours. If you convert that into days, it will come 30 days. So if you launch an instance and if you run it 24/7 continuously for 30 days, still it is free of cost. Because every month you will get 720 hours free tier. So if you launch two machines, let's say you launch two instances, so I can divide by 2. So each mission is 360. That means 18 days, 15 days, 15 days. Both missions you can run 24/7 for 15 days continuously, like that. Again, you don't worry about that, because when you launch a server, you practice it maybe 1 hour, 2 hours, or 10 hours, or 20 hours, and you will immediately stop it, right? You don't leave it. That's why I said after practicing, just stop it. Then you want 720 hours is so much. 30 days continuously if you run a mission. Will you run a mission 30 days continuously, 24/7? No, right? So don't worry about that.
Yeah, thank you.
Hello.
Yes, Sudhir Kumar, we are learning 30 services, and we have to connect, we have to pipeline one service with another service. That is how actually in the companies work. Being a cloud engineer, you should have a knowledge about each and every service, and after first I will explain you all the services individually, and in the end, during the real-time project, I'm going to show you how to connect all these services, and I'm going to form a pipeline, because the same thing as it is we are going to do in the companies being a cloud engineer. Yeah, if someone is asking question, you can continue.
It's regarding key pair actually. So,
Okay.
is it required to create this separate key for each and every instance, or we can
Very
use
good.
the
Very
same?
good question. No, it's not needed. So let's say now we already have, yeah, Windows key, right? So even though if I'm launching some other servers, like 10 servers, 100 servers in the future, I can attach the same key pair for that, and I can use the same key pair which is there in my downloads folder to open all the 100 machines.
Okay, got it. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a good question. Nice.
Instead of terminating the instance, we stop it. The number of hours still be counted, like 750 hours or 720 hours.
Here you see, in your first year, 750 hours is included as a free tier.
But if we do not terminate it, we just stop it.
When you
Can
stop it,
we
that hours won't count.
won't count?
Won't count.
And what
Only
about
the
the EBS?
running hours will be count.
The running hours.
Yeah.
And if we do not delete, if we terminate the instance and do not delete the EBS, so will there be charges on?
Very good question. Very good question. I understood your question. Whenever you terminate the instance, automatically the volume will be terminated, so you no need to worry about it.
Okay, okay. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Yeah. Any other questions? Anyone still? You can ask me, guys.
Revant, at the start you said like, in using a EC2 instances, if someone wanted to upgrade any AMI details, like the running AMI details.
Correct.
For example, there's an EC2 instance running, and now I wanted to change some configuration related to AMI or let's say instance type. So you said we can do that, but I have query like, while running you did some changes, so do we need to again reboot the instance, then that configuration will be added, or like while running only it will be
While
doing that?
running only, because when you want a reboot, whenever you install some softwares, then you want a reboot. But here you're not installing softwares, you're upgrading your hardware, CPU, RAM, hard disk. These are not softwares, these are hardwares. So you no need to reboot missions whenever you do an upgrade or downgrade the hardware.
Okay, so it will automatically add the space or whatever
Correct.
configuration.
Internally, all the softwares will be running. It won't stop, it won't affect. You can, without stopping the machine, you can increase, decrease hard disk, these things.
Okay.
And in real-time scenarios, do we really stop or terminate instance?
Yeah, we have to, right? Because we'll having development environment, testing environment. We don't want to run that machines always. We will stop it every day before going to home, and again next day morning we'll start it like that.
Okay, and in case of like companies like Flipkart and Amazon.
Anywhere. I will explain you. In any company, we'll have environments, development environment, testing environment, production environment. Any company, that's what I said in the demo also. Any big company, when they will earn more money, if they don't waste money, just because Flipkart is earning money now, if they keep on running 24/7 development missions, testing missions, there is no use, because they don't generate money on development testing machines. Where money will get? Money will get only on production machines. So what they will do, they will have an automation such a way development and testing missions will be automatically switch off whenever the workers or when the engineers are not working, and automatically they will start in the next day morning business timings like that. That also I'm going to show you how we are going to automate the stopping the missions, starting missions, being a cloud engineer. That is our job only.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, any doubts? Yeah, you can still ask me, guys, no problem. So usually, yeah, the first two classes only I'm just going to take a bit extra so that I can give you additional knowledge. But from Wednesday onwards, right? Day after, yeah, tomorrow Tuesday, day after tomorrow onwards, I will just take exactly 1 hour so that it won't get delay for you. I will stop exactly by 10:30 from Wednesday onwards. Only today and tomorrow I will say some extra so that you will get some extra knowledge here due to these technical concepts. Okay.
Yeah. I have one confusion, like one small doubt. So you said if we stop the instance, so it will be not chargeable, right?
Right.
But for a month, like whatever we can uh, suppose right now. So, but still we are utilizing their space, right?
Volume.
Volume. Yeah.
Hard disk. Correct. Very
So
good. Yeah.
yeah.
So
So
now, yeah, that's what
still it is
that's
not
what I said.
chargeable or
Yeah,
what?
understood.
Yeah.
I understood your question. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Why no one asked this? So now what happened? You stopped the instance. So what happens? Your volume did not got terminated. So here in this scenario, what happens? Your instance will not get charged because you stop the machine, so it will not be charged. But whereas your 30 GB volume is there, that also won't get charged because it is 30 GB free tier. So you are good. But if you launch another instance, now the first mission is in stop state, and now if you launch another mission, so what happens automatically? Another mission means definitely you'll have some EBS volume for it, 10 GB, 20 GB, 30 GB, whatever it is. Now you will get charged for the only EBS volume of whatever the new mission you have launched, because already in your account there is 30 GB. So now you exceeded that 30 GB with the second mission's
Right.
only EBS volume, but second mission instance will be again free because instance is 750 hours free, but not EBS volume.
Right.
Yeah. So that's why
Okay.
when you're practicing Windows machine, first practice it, terminate the machine, then you can launch any other machine, whether it's a Windows machine or Linux machine, whatever it is. Then you won't get bill for anything, not even EBS volume also.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hi, sir.
Yeah. Hi.
Sir, the 750 hours is for one mission or all the missions?
It's for all instances. It's per account. It's not for one instance.
Okay. Sir, I have if I after I launch my instance, if I delete my temp file, how is it possible to launch to connect to the local mission? If I lost my temp file.
No. If it's lost, it's gone. So that's why you should keep it carefully.
Okay,
So
thank
usually
you.
what we do in the company is that all I will explain later. That PEM key, how we manage it. Yeah. So yeah,
Okay, sir,
but the
thank
answer is yes. If you lost your PEM key, you cannot connect to it, but you can connect to it, but not straight away. There is a round process. Usually they will ask in the interview this type of questions that I will explain you, because to understand that answer, we need to discuss some advanced concepts which we will discuss in the coming weeks. Then you will understand that. Yeah, Praveen, you are welcome. What happens if we connect another port for Windows? First of all, you cannot connect, Sudhir. That 3389 is the universal port of a Windows. If you want to change the port number of Windows, you need to make changes to the operating system of Windows, and we cannot do that. Right? So if you do not open 3389 in the security group, and when you try to connect to it, you cannot connect. It will say network connection error. So in the security group, you have to open 3389 port, then only you can connect to the Windows machine. That also I will show in the coming classes. I will launch a mission, but I will not open port. Then I will show you how it will behave. Then you will get much more better understanding.
you. Thank you.
Yeah, any doubts, guys? Still, yeah, you can ask me, no problem. Okay, guys, fine. If you are not having any doubts, we'll meet tomorrow at the same time, 9:30, and we'll discuss some more advanced concepts in tomorrow's class also. Okay, guys, yeah, have a good night. I know it's late for you, but yeah, just first two classes, like I said. Okay, guys, yeah, I'll meet in tomorrow's class. Bye. Have a good night.